Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. My name is AJ, and you're here with me today to talk about Nusrat Ghani. And you know me, I say things as it is. I don't hold back. I don't sugarcoat anything. And this is one of the reasons you support my channel, because there's not many people like me who say things as it is and not afraid of the consequences. If YouTube wants to ban me, they can try and ban me. So this woman, she was parliamentary, and she claims that she got sacked because she was Muslim. And you can see by some of these articles, you can see Boris Johnson says he is taking MP's claim seriously, that she was sacked as a minister due to her Muslim faith extremely seriously. So, as if Boris Johnson doesn't have enough on his plate. I mean, that guy is ready to get sacked any day now, and he doesn't need any of this headaches. I mean, he's got all of these lockdown parties and all of these other issues he's having to deal with, and now this lady has thrown this on his head as well. So, who is this Nusrat Ghani, by the way? I want to kind of show you this. Who is this Nusrat Ghani? So, Nusrat Ghani was born in Kashmir, so just remember this. She was born in Kashmir to Pakistani parents and grew up in Birmingham. And she is actually a very, very major advocate for the Uyghur genocide claims in Xinjiang. And she has been instrumental in pushing all of this. As you can see, she wrote this article. Government cannot continue to shirk its responsibility to act on the Uyghur genocide. You can see written by Nusrat Ghani. And this was only, last week, 20th of January. This is, even though she's got sacked and raising all of these allegations, she was sacked because she was Muslim, she's still got time to write about all of this Uyghur genocide crap. And she came on the House of Representatives, and you can see when she claimed all of this, there's hardly anyone sitting there. Hardly anyone cares. Nobody's even on their seats. There's only two women there, and I don't think they even care. So let's play some of this, shall we?
Madam Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that this House notes that the December 2021 Uyghur Tribunal's judgment in London found beyond reasonable doubt that the People's Republic of China was responsible for genocide, crimes against humanity, and torture in the Uyghur region, and calls on the government to urgently assess whether it considers there to be a serious risk of genocide in the Uyghur region, and to present its findings to the House within 2 months of this motion being passed, to use all means reasonably available to ensure the cessation of ongoing genocide, including conducting due diligence to ensure it is not assisting.
Okay, so I've heard enough, guys, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube. All of this crap about Xinjiang genocide, it's all crap, like I said. And even in this article, you can see it's all crap as well. You can see that the Nusrat noted that the government's defense that the tribunal is not a competent court is invalid. As you can see, it's no, the government admits, even she admits that the tribunal is not a competent court. It's not even a real court. I mean, it's just people there making money. All the judges were paid. It's not a proper court. All of the victims weren't even interrogated. Nobody was questioned. It's just a farce, to be honest. Everybody knows that. And so this woman has made all of these claims about torture in Xinjiang and everything, and she even claimed that she spoke to that woman, Turgai or whatever her name is. And you can see here, Mr. Speaker, let me leave you with the story of Tursunai, this woman that's been seen on the BBC. And she said she told of mass rapes which were state sanctioned, where women were removed from the cells every night, raped by one or more masked men. She was tortured and later gang raped on 3 separate occasions. You can see all of these stories are just changing every minute. All of these stories are made up. I mean, this woman has been debunked so many times. For example, first she claimed she didn't get raped. Then she claimed her friends got raped. Now she's claimed she got raped 3 times. All these stories are just kind of changing every single time. I mean, everyone knows she's just come here for a visa, and she just wants a visa. She's got brand new Apple laptop on the BBC that she's playing with. She's obviously been paid. She's got brand new house because of it, and it's just lies after lies. And this woman has fell for it. So my point is, if this woman is a politician, if this woman is an MP, shouldn't she go to Xinjiang and travel there and see for herself? Oh yeah, she can't because she's sanctioned. Whose fault is that then? She should have done it before, shouldn't she? I mean, literally, she's an MP, she's a politician, she's a diplomat. The first thing when all of these allegations come into force, she needs to go there, check for herself, speak to the relevant parties in China, and I'm sure they would have told her the truth, told her what's going on. Then she could have made that decision. But no, she didn't do any of that. Just making up all of these claims and just making herself look stupid. And the fact now that she got sacked, and now she's saying that they sacked her because she's a Muslim. I mean, seriously, how? You expect people to believe that after the crap you come up with all these Uyghur stuff. Everyone knows all these Uyghur stuff is lies, and she believes in her own lies. Now she's claiming that she got sacked because she's a Muslim. I mean, how? Just a woman just seeking attention. How low can you get? I mean, she's just using her race, using her religion as an excuse. She's trying to, think, oh, because I'm Muslims, I shouldn't be sacked. She's pretty much lying to the whole cabinet about the Uyghur stuff. She's lying to the world. She's lying to the public, trying to fool the public, trying to fool the world with these lies about Uyghurs and concentration camps. So of course she should be sacked. In fact, I would take a step further and say not only should she be sacked, but she should be taken to court for lies and deceit. These are the same lies that the Iraq war started. All of these lies and deceit, all of these people claiming all of this crap, and and like I said, nobody cares in UK. People are more interested in the economy and whether they can pay their next bill or whether they can pay the next mortgage. The inflation is rising up. Are you going to care about your kids being fed, or are you going to care about some Uyghurs you don't even know? This woman needs to wake up. And now remember the story I said that this woman was born in Kashmir to Pakistani parents. She's a disgrace. She's a disgrace to Muslims. She's a disgrace to Pakistanis. Do you know why? Because Kashmir, as you know, there's a real genocide going on over in Kashmir by the Indians. Indians are killing Muslims. And Indians are killing Muslims, beating Muslims right now. There's newspaper articles about India causing this sort of genocide. And she, out of all people, should know that. And who do you think is helping Kashmir? If it wasn't for China, India would have taken over Kashmir. All of it. All of it. It's because China's on the border. India's really, they think twice before taking over Kashmir. Because Pakistan, to be honest, it doesn't compare to India in terms of military. India can easily take down Pakistan. Obviously, Pakistan has got nuclear bombs, so in reality it wouldn't happen. But, their conventional weapons are way, way more powerful than Pakistan's. And if it wasn't for China, India would have taken over all of Kashmir. All of it. So she's a disgrace. She's a disgrace to Muslims. She's a disgrace to Pakistanis. And do you know why she's a disgrace to Muslims? Because she's talking about Uyghurs and all of this fake news. What about all these Palestinians where there's real genocide going on? What about the Kashmiris where there's real genocide going on? What about Syria? What about Yemen? Why is she not talking about that stuff? Because that's real genocide. That's real people being killed. Real people being bombed. She's an absolute disgrace. She's a disgrace. And I'm glad she got sacked. I'm glad she got sacked. In fact, she needs to be taken to court for lies. And the fact that all these people are feeling sorry for her because she's Muslim and she got sacked. Boo-hoo. Oh, boo-hoo, I'm Muslim. I shouldn't be sacked. You sacked me because I'm Muslim. Boo-hoo. She cries because she got sacked because she's Muslim. So let's see some of the stuff that she said, shall we? Having analysed the evidence against the law, the tribunal concluded beyond reasonable doubt that the government of the People's Republic of China is committing crimes against humanity and guilty of genocide against the Uyghur people. First of all, like I said, this court of law is a farce. It's not even a proper court. It's not even a proper tribunal. People are being paid hundreds of £1,000s for nothing. It's not legal. It wouldn't even stand in a court of law in any part of the world. So I don't know what she's on about. And secondly, all of these victims of, she's claiming all these victims of genocide. How the hell did they escape China then? Seriously. And why is the Uyghur population rising year on year? Please explain to me that. I've spoken about this before. I'm not going to speak again. It's just all BS, guys. Absolute BS. And you can see here, I have spent the year calling on the government to show leadership and abide by its legal responsibilities, let alone its moral obligations. So she spent the past year. It's been a waste of year then, hasn't it? Absolute waste of year. If you spent your year doing your job, maybe you wouldn't be sacked. Right? During the past 12 months, the Chinese government has attacked our freedom of speech. Really? Attacked our freedom of speech? How has China attacked our freedom of speech? Is China telling me all the way from China that I shouldn't be allowed to speak or say anything? Or to you? Oh man, this woman is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Parliament has declared genocide to be taking place in Xinjiang, and the speaker banned the Chinese ambassador from coming into their state. So the speaker banned the Chinese ambassador from coming in. Oh god, she probably thinks she's a spy or something. You know, that's how they think, guys, in the UK. If you're Chinese, anything to do with the Chinese government, even the ambassador, you're a spy. Get rid of them. Don't let them come to the parliament. Absolutely ridiculous. Through this, shall we, even more? So the government must answer these questions. What part of the evidence presented before the Uyghur tribunal does it disagree with? All of it. All of it. Don't agree with anything. And look at this. Natural population growth rates of Uyghurs in South Xinjiang prefectures declined by 73.5%. Where the hell does she get her figures from? Because every figure I've looked at, the population has increased. I don't know what she's on about. She's obviously lying, like the reason she got sacked. This woman is just a liar. Does it not agree with the evidence of 1 million Uyghurs in this camp? Where has she got 1 million Uyghurs evidences? Where? If someone can show me a document where she's got 1 million Uyghur giving evidence in the tribunal, then I'll eat my hat. I'll eat my socks. I'll eat anything. Literally, this woman is such a liar. Does he not believe survivor Tursunai, whatever her name is? No, I don't believe her. I know many people in this world. You know, if you're a refugee coming from China or coming from Turkey, you got easy access coming into UK. You get visa easily. All you have to say is you escaped a concentration camp in China, and that's it. That's all you have to say, and you get a visa. You know, just say you're a genocide survivor. You escaped from the Chinese clutches. You know, you ran away all the way from China. You came all the way to Britain. Don't ask me how, but I made it here, and now I'm seeking asylum. You know, it's just absolute ridiculous. You see how it sounds? I can, you know, if I wasn't a British citizen, I can, you know, come to UK on a boat, and, you know, travel from France, come on a boat, come to UK, and say, just, you know, shed a few tears and say, oh, I'm a Uyghur, I'm a genocide survivor, you know, I escaped a concentration camp, I want to give my story to UK and the press, please give me a visa to live in UK. British people are like, yes, come in, whatever you say, of course, you poor thing. So this one's funny. We left the EU so we can determine our own place in the world. Oh really? by pissing off China, pissing off Russia, pissing off the rest of the world? How are you going to determine your own place in the world when you're by yourself, being isolated? Even America doesn't love you. Where's the free trade America promised you? It doesn't happen. Seriously, this woman's living in another world. Global Britain is not about shirking its moral and legal responsibilities. Really, so coming up with all of these lies and pissing off China and stopping all trade with China, how is that good for the British economy? Tell me. This government's ability to deal with genocide and regime that threatens the values of the way of life shows that we are still unable to stand on our own. So what about the genocide happening in Palestine? What about the genocide happening in Yemen? What's the government doing about Saudi Arabia? What's the government doing about Israel? What's the government doing about India doing genocide in Kashmir? Please explain to me that, where there's real evidence of genocide, people actually being killed and bombed. I have heard enough, guys, and I'm sure you have heard enough as well. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna completely say this woman is an attention seeker. She got sacked because she's a liar. She's bad at her job. You know, she's trying to fool the public. She's trying to fool the government. It hasn't worked. And people have found out what a liar she is, and she's got sacked for it. And now she's making up an excuse that they sacked her because she's Muslim. She's using that excuse. She's using the fact that she's Muslim as an excuse with getting away from it. And I think it's despicable. This woman is not only an insult and a disgrace to the British public, the British people. She's a disgrace to Pakistanis. She's a disgrace to Muslims. She is an absolute disgrace. I rest my words. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.